So raise your hand if you've flown a drone before. And keep your hand up if you've ever crashed. Congratulations, you're a drone pilot. Hopefully this plays. G'day, everybody. Thank you for having me, and thank you for being here. My name is Oliver Scheel. I'm a photographer, musician, and drone pilot of over 5 years. And today I'm going to talk to you about how I use drones to observe the natural world around me. I've used and built drones for a long time, but my journey really began when I came up to Maggie Island and my brother Lawrence showed me what he used drones for, flying over the open ocean in search of wildlife. After seeing the first eagle rays, I haven't put down the controller since. I think I might be addicted. Over this journey, I've learnt so much about our amazing marine life and the capabilities of drones as tools for scientific observation. Let's get into it. Slides should change in a few seconds. Here are a few photos from Maggie Island from the drone. Camera drones are an extremely visual way of monitoring habitats and landscapes. In science, we love repeatable methods. So one of the ways to capture repeatable data with drones is through orthomosaic imagery. Now, what's that, you may ask? Well, in this blue area here is one of the sections of Nelly Bay that the drone is programmed to run. It flies along these diagonal lines and takes hundreds of photos within this area. Using software, we stitch all these images together until we ultimately get a high resolution map. Like this one. So here you can see a section of Nelly Bay beachfront in February this year. There are about 800 photos in this orthomosaic, so we're able to zoom in close and take advantage of the resolution, which we'll get to in a sec. And no, this is not just Google Maps. So that's April. So did you notice any changes? We'll get a close-up soon. Sweet. Have a look at this creek exit and where the water runs and where the sand deposits. Water flows with a big bend and a sandbank has formed. It's pretty cool. Now, 2 months later, after the rain, you can see how drastically the creek mouth has changed. The channel is much more direct with stronger water flow, and the sandbank is actually flattened out. This is after the council sand replenishment. The main creek mouth is now blocked, and a new small flow runs directly down to the sea. Here's a dramatic example of the erosion in Nelly Bay after the floods early this year. Keep your eye on this sandbank. As you can see, there's a big difference. The floods have taken most of the bank away. So why are orthomosaics so useful? Well, they're super useful for tracking the effects of weather events and erosion of habitat, as we've seen. We can even track the health of our coral reefs, bleaching events, growth, algae cover, and any other changes that may be taking place on the reef, making drones an extremely powerful tool on the field. This is Jeffrey Bay. These specific images were taken to monitor the erosion in Nelly Bay and its effect on turtle nesting success. As we saw, knowing how the beach changes allows us to better manage effects and protect turtles. Unfortunately, funding was cut, so we haven't managed to get a full data set yet, but all of this data is available for free online. But for now, why I love drones the most. With clear conditions, drones give an amazing, unsustained perspective on marine life. Here is some footage of Red the dolphin getting high on a pufferfish. Modern drones have amazing capabilities, and using a zoom lens, the animals barely know that you're there, allowing for a non-invasive eye into very rarely seen animal behavior. This puffer was released traumatized but unharmed. Drones can uncover patterns in animal behavior. Eagle rays can be seen jumping out of the water. I know a fever of eagle rays that come together around 7 a.m. and swim around the boat ramp. Shortly after the sun hits, they'll leave in small groups to go about their day on the reef. I've been lucky enough to capture feeding behavior and rare encounters using my drone. This is one of them. Here is a beautiful juvenile snubfin dolphin taking interest in a garfish on the surface. This footage gives an insight to the world and inquisitive nature of these rarely seen animals. Just look how cute he is. Also note he's missing part of his fluke, showing how we're able to visually assess the condition of animals in the wild. So there you can see it very well. Some behaviors make you laugh. Check out this hungry shovel-nosed ray chasing a blue swimmer crab in the intertidal zone. And this went on for a few minutes. Another awesome behavior I've captured is the scanlet hammerhead and nervous shark hunting the shallows of Cockle Bay together. Drones can be an amazing way to capture vision in inaccessible areas or where you wouldn't really want to be physically, like swimming with sharks in no visibility. All these sightings can be used to collect data of behavior, feeding times, tides, and locations in order to further scientific knowledge. Take a look at this hammerhead lock onto his prey. Might not be able to see, but that's the garfish. And some might call that uncooperative hunting. Another outstanding encounter was with this critically endangered great hammerhead shark hunting stingrays in the shallows of Nally Bay. Observations like these are so important for so many reasons, one being the recognition of the need to protect species and the areas they frequent. Drumlines, which are used to kill sharks, are used in Nally Bay, leading to the death of wildlife and these majestic animals. Potentially, backed with more scientific data that one day could change. Among observing behavior, we can monitor populations of these rare and endangered animals with little impact using drones. Logging sightings of animals and their condition and creating an idea of numbers in their area can lead to a more intricate understanding of their health as a whole, allowing us to know where to minimize impacts and how to protect them. It's a pod of snubfin dolphins. Dugongs are amongst these vulnerable animals that are also being able to monitored with drones. Counting numbers and logging visits to the various bays, they're very active around Magnetic Island. This region is thriving with marine wildlife whose lives mostly go unseen. Drones have personally helped open up my world and through photography connect many others to that world we all share. Science is a natural part of that, as science is observing and documenting the world around us. Many JCU grads have asked me specifically for dates, times, and locations of these encounters for their own research, adding to the vast bank of science. This video is a pod of Australian humpback dolphins that call the island home. And here, another pod. But there's something special about this pod. Can you see why? This pod has welcomed a local snubfin dolphin. So sometimes we are left with more questions than answers. There he is. The use of drones changes the way we've seen the world, an eye of observation never seen before. They are an amazing technology that is developing rapidly, and using tools such as these gives us a view of the world around us with very little impact. The more we're able to connect and to understand the world around us, the more we're able to work with it and protect its inhabitants. The sky is not the limit. If you'd like to see some of my work or more of my work, you can follow me on Instagram or Facebook and support Snorkel Down Under. Our new short film, Hidden Treasure, Magnetic Island, will also be playing here today, so make sure you watch that one. Thank you.